Can't Stand Myself When You Touch Me by James Brown.
By James Brown?
By James Brown.
Heard of him. Wow! I could see him naming an album that. We'll take it. That's a baby.
Okay.
I'm going to also say that's a baby.
I agree.
All three people say I Can't Stand Myself When You Touch Me is an album by James Brown.
Now, the women love you when you get out there. Why do you think that is?
What'd you say?
The women love you when you get out there.
Why is that, ladies?
Well, I'm asking you.
Huh? Because
Why
I
do you
look
think
good.
that is? You
I
look
smell
good.
good. I
Yes.
feel good. And make love good.
Oh, well, there we are. We don't have to ask anybody else. We got that from the source. There you are.
Welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the iKnowBadeaux podcast, coming at you from the Slice on Oak Studios, episode 300, ladies and gentlemen. With me, as always, is my brother.
I didn't ask to be born.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, Gabriel Johnson, save us.
Dave, 300. Congratulations.
300 episodes. It only took us a decade to get there on a weekly podcast. Do the math. When we're consistent, we're consistent. When we're not, we're not. Hey, also with us, special guest. It's been a while. One, Seth Doud.
Hello, I'm Seth Doud.
Oh, hold on. Let's try that again, Seth. Now that I got you turned on. Let's try it again.
I am Seth Doud.
Yes, you are. Seth, we got a thing on the podcast. It's called 30 Seconds to Explain Yourself. Go.
My name is Seth Doud. I was born and raised in Brainerd, Minnesota. I moved away for like the last 10-ish years and just moved back. I play music for a living, and this summer I stayed really busy doing that around here, and I'm going to hit the road a little bit again this winter.
You've got a couple really cool albums that have come out.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, some of my personal favorites. I've got one that you signed back in the day, still tucked away.
Hold on to that.
Yeah.
Hold on to the CD, that cherry.
For a long time.
But Seth, we call you here in these parts a local celebrity. You have been someone we grew up with, graduated with Gabe and myself, and just one of those guys that everybody just kind of loved having around. And we're glad to have you for episode 300.
Glad to be here, man.
We'll talk to you more in a little bit.
Okay.
However, right now, everyone knows what time it is.
Game time. Who?
All right, Seth, good work there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is That Ain't No Baby.
Okay.
Album title edition.
Oh.
Right.
So I went through the internet and found a bunch of album titles off of actual albums, and then went to our favorite new thing, ChatGPT, and said, ChatGPT, make me some album titles that are similar, however, not real. So some of these are real, some of these are not real. Some of them are real bands with fake albums. Some of them are fake bands with real albums.
Ooh.
Just kidding. That's not real.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that.
I feel that Seth has the advantage here, but I like that you set the guests up with an advantage so they should win, so they can only disgrace themselves.
I remember you being fairly knowledgeable on classic rock and stuff. You might have me beat there.
I've got one genre.
So the one thing about this is they're pretty crazy. He may have a couple of them, but this is also, they're pretty short. We don't have descriptions for them or anything. So this should go pretty quick. So there's going to be a lot of them. I think we're going to do okay. If you do know that one is real, just keep it to yourself. The correct answer, if one is a real album, is That's a Baby. If it is not a real album, That Ain't No Baby. Everybody prepared for this?
Okay.
Now, Seth.
Did you say that's a baby?
That's a baby for real. That ain't no baby means it is fake.
I've heard you guys do that on the podcast before. That's a baby. That ain't no baby. Got it.
That ain't no baby.
Got it.
Now, Seth, this is the most important part of the entire podcast.
Okay.
If you win, I am going to say, Seth, say something to your fans. You must say hello and congratulations. If you say anything other than hello and congratulations, you lose and I win.
Okay.
Did you hear that? What are you supposed to say? Seth, say something to your fans.
Hello and congratulations.
You will 100% get that wrong. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I have taken these. I put them in random order. I also had ChatGPT give me a reference of what the album cover would look like, because last time we played this, I made some kind of reference to what the box looked like, and you folks caught on. So every time I have to add a new little wrinkle to this, they all have dates. ChatGPT gave me descriptions of what the album cover looks like. So all that information is jam-packed in my head. But the first question is, and Seth, we'll start with you.
Okay.
The name of the album is A Nod is as Good as a Wink to a Blind Horse.
That ain't no baby.
He says that ain't no baby. Over to Scott.
I agree. That ain't no baby.
And over to Gabe.
We don't get band name or album art until afterwards.
I don't have the actual album art, and I actually didn't copy that over because I didn't want to get distracted. That's too many words. Do we want band names? Because they all have band names too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so we'll go again here. The band name is By the Faces.
By
The face or the band is just faces.
Band is Faces.
Okay.
Okay.
Not even the.
Just Faces.
Yeah, I'm still going with that ain't no baby.
Yeah, ain't no baby.
I'm going to agree with that. Ain't no baby.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is a baby.
Wow. Okay.
A Nod is as Good as a Wink to a Blind Horse by Faces. 1971.
Okay.
All right, album number 2.
70s.
Scott, you're going to go first on this. Rock Out With Your Clock Out by the Timekeepers.
God damn it. That's a baby.
That's a baby.
He says that's a baby. Over to,
I'm going to agree. That's a baby.
ladies and gentlemen, we are 0 for 2. That is not a baby. Rock Out With Your Clock Out by the Timekeepers. Not a baby. And again, these are all in random order. So I wish I would have kept what they actually said that was so that I knew, but I can't pull it up now because Seth will see it.
No, I'm not looking.
But yeah, I would like to know what the Timekeepers would be. So, all right, album number 3, Gabe, this is on to you. Like The Exorcist, but more breakdancing by Murder by Death.
That ain't no baby. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna say that's a baby.
And over to Scott.
Like The Exorcist, but with more breakdancing.
Yes,
I've
by
changed
Murder
my
by
mind.
Death.
It's too
A
late.
band called Murder by Death.
Yes.
The band's real. The album's not. That ain't no baby.
Seth, you changing your answer, you said?
No, who knows? None of us know. I'm gonna stick with what I said originally. And just own it.
Hold on. So we got That Ain't No Baby.
I'll just own it.
Just 3 That Ain't No Babies?
you got a baby.
You got a baby.
Sure.
1 baby. Seth Doud, you were on the board. That's a baby. Like The Exorcist, but with more breakdancing.
I could see that being an album.
Murder by Death from 2002. And this is the part where when in the actual podcast, I'll play some music from them. Murder by Death.
Very much like The Exorcist.
Just like it.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Seth, you're first on this one.
Okay.
Baby Not Baby. Fiddle My Diddle.
Bye.
By the Naughty Strings.
I'm gonna say not a baby.
Not a baby.
That ain't no baby.
It's too similar to the Rock Out With Your Clock Out.
Ain't no baby.
3 no babies. That is correct. Seth, you've got 2. Gabe and Scott both have 1. Yeah, the Naughty Strings. 1992. That I was surprised by the date on that one. It's like I don't know. It sounds like it could be bluegrass. Which, by the way, I really like bluegrass. Are you a bluegrass fan?
I'm a big bluegrass.
I'm amazed at how much I like bluegrass music. Every time I'm at some kind of festival or something and bluegrass is playing, or you walk into a bar and for some reason they've got bluegrass going, which is very rare, but it happens around here. It happens from time to time. Every time I say to someone, it always amazes me how much I like bluegrass.
Yeah. My very first experience with bluegrass was a album by Honeywagon.
Okay.
And it was Pickin' on Green Day.
Oh,
So it was a
okay.
Green Day
Yeah.
bluegrass
Those picking on
album.
albums are
Yeah.
great.
And they're all really good.
Yeah. 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 It's especially when it's songs that you know. It's just it's pretty wild. And actually, like I said, there's a couple bluegrass bands around here. There's a huge bluegrass festival in Pine River, which is just a couple miles north of us. every single year. I've never went to it.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
They'd want a ski gall back in the day too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Never went, but I feel like I would do the same thing there. I'd be like, and still surprised. Still,
The banjo still sounds pretty good.
If you throw in a fiddle, just the banjo is okay. A little quirky for me, but you throw the fiddle on top of it, and same thing. Just a fiddle, okay.
There's a pop band that showed up on my Spotify a couple months ago called Life of Dylan.
Life of Dylan.
Yeah. And they have a banjo in a lot of their songs. And it's like super poppy, but then a banjo comes in.
Yeah.
And it's like, what, is that a banjo? And you're like, holy shit, it works.
Stomp grass.
Oh yeah. Speaking of banjo, the who was the band that was really big for like a very short amount of time? Well, no,
Or the other ones from England.
Yes, who's the one from England that was super popular?
Mumford?
Yeah,
Yes,
Marcus
Mumford and
and
Sons.
Sons.
Yeah, that was super popular, and then nothing.
You released the same song.
Well, you still
7
have
times.
there's like Trampled by Turtles is still kind of doing their thing, and there's I don't know, there's there's some bands that are still pretty big doing that. Billy Strings is huge right now. He just won. He's like 5th Grammy for album. He's fantastic. If you guys like bluegrass, you should listen to Billy Strings. He's incredible.
I mean, I only like
Sounds like Billy or like an AI name. Billy Strings with Tickle My Fiddle.
fiddle my diddle,
Baby.
okay? I just said this. I only like bluegrass when it's on and I'm not prepared for it. I don't go seeking it. It just shows up every once in a while. I'm like, yeah. All right, Seth, you are in the lead. Scott has 1. Gabe has 1. Seth, you have 2. Gravy Trainwreck by the Soggy Biscuits. Scott.
Not a baby.
Not a baby.
That's a baby.
That's a baby.
Not a baby.
Not a baby. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not a baby. No baby on the Gravy Trainwreck. I really like that one. That was the first one that made me laugh.
That one is funny.
Because it sounds real. Like it actually sounds, there were some that were just like, okay, come on now, you know. And then I did the thing where I was like, okay, make it a little bit raunchier. And then it was just, you know, like.
Can you make it reference my dick?
It was just, all it did was just make euphemisms for sex. That's all it was, but it wasn't actually like album titles. Okay. Who got a point there? Anybody?
Me and Seth.
You and Seth. Seth, you are killing this.
Seth and I.
Seth and I.
Glad you're paying attention, Scott.
Yep. I'm not paying attention at all. We got quite a few left here, so we're just going to keep moving. This one's going to go quicker than our other ones. I Can't Stand Myself When You Touch Me by James Brown.
By James Brown.
By James Brown.
Heard of him. Wow! I could see him naming an album that. We'll take it. That's a baby.
Okay.
I'm going to also say that's a baby.
I agree.
All 3 people say I Can't Stand Myself When You Touch Me is an album by James Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a baby.
Yes.
I can't stand myself when you touch me.
That's rude.
Well, it's not only, okay,
He was something, man.
it's one thing when you like write a song about it, you know, it's like, yeah, this, I'm a little scorned for this chick. But when you make a whole album and title it, I Can't Stand, not you, myself, after you touch me.
You
Does not
touch
make
me.
him feel
I
good.
hate myself. I've been there.
I think we've all been there. Sadly, we've all
damn
been
it.
there. Oh, God.
So, all 3.
Seth, 4. Scott, 3. Gabe, only 2. We got a handful left here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moose on the Loose. Seth Doud.
Bye.
Moose on the Loose by the Woodland Weirdos.
That's a baby.
He says that's a baby. Over to Scott.
That is not a baby.
Not a baby. Over to Gabe.
That's a baby.
Gabe Johnson. You're terrible at this. Scott, that is a
Awesome.
baby.
Scott and I are
I'm trying to
tied now.
separate myself from Scott. I got to gain a point on
I
it.
know, we're tied now.
And really, it
You,
doesn't.
said, you, just
pictured-
said, you just said that is a baby.
Yeah, you're right.
Did I say that is a baby? It's not a baby.
Okay.
It's not a baby.
I pictured it as like some Canadian band that sings songs for kids, and their album covers like them like walking through, like
Oh,
coming
man.
out of the trees with like antler
Moose on
hands
the
on you.
Loose. It's probably by the guy from.
That would slap.
Yeah, it's probably from the guy.
Presidents of the United States of America.
Yeah, did you know that the guy from the Presidents of the United States of America, the band,
Yeah.
now makes children's music
Oh, really?
and
That's
has an excessive.
I mean, hundreds of kids songs.
Really?
And
I can
some
see
of them
that.
are really good.
funny. Yeah, I can see that.
That was
Those
like
guys
his
are good.
regular songs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. To be fair, kitty on my foot and I want to touch it. Not necessarily a kid's song, but we're getting close.
Childish.
Childish,
For sure.
yes. Dune buggy.
Yeah.
And the man sings a song about a spider driving a dune buggy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Animate it.
Wow.
Okay, gentlemen.
All right.
Please to Eat You by the Evil Beavers.
Who's up? Me?
Gabe's up. Wait, no, I don't
Scott's
remember.
up.
Me?
Scott,
That's
yeah.
not a baby.
Scott says that's not a baby. Over to Gabe.
It's a baby.
Gabe says that's a baby. Over to Seth
I'm going
Doud.
to say that ain't no baby.
Evil Beavers, Pleased to Eat You. From 2003, that's a baby.
Yeah, we're game.
Oh, so Scott's ahead of me now.
No,
No,
we both got it
we
wrong.
both got the same thing.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Gabe is catching
Gabe's
back
catching
up.
up. That's what's going on.
Gabe is catching back up. I have, it looks like a handful left of these. I'm not going to be able to count all those in my head really fast. So no, I'm just going to be honest with you. I started to, and I was like, too many words. My dyslexic stuff started hitting, and I was counting, and
There's
then I
so
was
many
like,
words I can't count anymore.
literally, you say that, That's exactly what just happened. It was literally a 1, 2.
Well, see you later.
Anyways, that was 2003. I'm sorry. Next on the list, Baby, No Baby. The worst of Jefferson Airplane.
By who?
Surprisingly, by Jefferson Airplane.
That's a baby.
He says it's a baby. Seth Doud.
It is a baby.
Seth Doud says it's a
Don't
baby.
say it like
Yeah,
that.
that's
He
so
might
much
not know.
conviction. That must be a baby.
That's a baby.
Question mark?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to say he said it yes or no. Seth Doud says it's a baby.
Duh.
No, Seth Doud said that's a baby. He knows.
Scott?
Yeah, that's a baby.
Yeah, it's a baby. God damn it.
Whoops.
It happens every time. Gabe is still 1 behind. Oops, I just tallied that weird. So, Seth, you got a weird tally here. Scott and Seth are tied. Gabe is down by 1.
I don't think we should be tied. I feel like Seth should still be up by 1.
You passed
No,
me.
you
Did I?
you
Okay.
got-
Okay.
I remember when it happened because my soul died a little.
So if you're going to learn this real quick, that all you want to do is be tied or ahead, and chances are I'm going to let you go into the last round. So as long as you're tied with these two or ahead, you go into the last round.
All right.
All right.
And if you're losing, you get an opportunity to go to the last round anyway.
Okay.
I need a job so I can buy more auto-tune by Swamp Dogg with 2 G's.
Is that to set?
It's so dumb because that could very well be so real. But I'm going to say that ain't no baby.
Says that ain't no baby.
I need a job so I can buy more auto-tune. By Swamp Dog.
Swamp Dogg.
Swamp Dog.
2 G's.
2 G's.
D-O-double-G. D-O-double-G.
D-O-double-G.
No baby.
No baby. Over to Gabe.
What year?
Have we said years yet? Are we allowed to?
You tell us afterwards if it's true is what's been happening.
Okay. I mean, we have years for all of them, so I can give you a year.
It'd be fairly recent because of the auto-tune thing.
Well, that's, I'm wondering if he's going to say 1971.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We'll start next question.
So
I'm going to say that's a baby.
So we always have to have new wrinkles into what I do, and they're never from anyone else. They're always from Gabe. They're always from Gabe. So what do we have for answers now?
No baby, no baby, baby.
No baby, no baby. Gabe Johnson, you have tied things up from 2022.
Oh, fresh.
I need a job so I can buy more auto-tune by
Swamp Dogg.
Swamp Dogg.
Swamp Dog.
The 2 G's gave it away.
D-O-double-G.
I thought so too, kind of. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you got another opportunity because this is also from Swamp Dogg. Droppings.
Whose turn is it?
Excuse me. I want to correct myself. Droppins.
Droppins.
From what year?
I mean, I can give you years. Are we going to give years? Let's make a decision right now.
Yeah, nobody's answered yet.
I
think
have
that's fair.
I have years for all of them
Yeah,
from
let's do it.
2008. Drop-ins.
He's been doing this for 15
no
years.
Way.
Swamp Dog. Drop-ins.
Scott's turn?
Yes, I believe
I
so.
think so.
Damn it. No baby.
No baby.
I mean, if he released an album in 2008 and 15 years later, he still needed a job to get more auto-tune, I'm going to say no baby.
He says,
As
"Ain't
someone
no
that's
baby."
been playing music professionally for 30 years and still needs to, doesn't know about, if I can afford autotune, I'm going to go ahead and say that's a baby.
So Seth says baby. You other two clowns saying that ain't no baby. Seth, you are back in the lead. That's a baby.
It's like you
Speaking
guys-
from experience,
I was releasing records back then and I still don't got shit.
I also would like a job to have more auto tune. Yeah, I love it that it's not that I would like a job. It's I need a job. ... So I can buy more auto tune.
Like you buy an auto tune by the gram or something
yeah.
in the alley for some guy in his overcoat.
Listen, all this needs is just a sprinkle more of auto tune.
That's what you said last time.
All right, here we go. Clown Car Karaoke by the Juggling Jugglers from 1973.
I've had a few babies in a row. I'm going to say that's a baby.
He says that's a baby.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with them.
No, not a baby.
That is not a baby.
Scott's back in the lead.
Scott, nope, you
I'm
and
tied
Scott are
with you.
tied.
Okay.
Just so you know, I now make ChatGPT shuffle it 3 times as well. 3 times.
Yeah.
Shuffle. I look at it. I go shuffle that fucker again. And then I look at it a 3rd time. I go, Gabe's still going to count these. Shuffle it again. All
I didn't
right.
realize you're literally writing them down over there, trying to find a pattern.
Some people are good
He's
at
a numbers guy.
Okay, so this is the last question before the semifinal round. So this is one more to get everybody tied up potentially and make it weird, or hopefully someone pulls ahead here. I have Full Frontal Funk by the Groovy Grind, 1974. And I believe it's you, Seth.
I'm going to say that's a baby.
I'm going to agree reluctantly.
Then I'm going to say that's not a baby.
Gabe says, that ain't no baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 100% tied.
Dang it.
After all of those questions. So because of that, Gabe, technically, I typically let the person with the last point go on to the final round.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you defer if you would like to let Seth go to the final round or if you just want to go.
You won't hurt my feelings either.
No,
way.
I'll defer. I think Seth's got a good shot to beat Scott this time.
Okay. So you are going to go to the final round, correct? Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm going to let Seth.
Seth is in the final round, so it's you versus Scott to go to the final round.
Oh,
I'm
that
just
was
letting
a terrible
you.
decision.
I'm just
now
letting
I
you.
understand the
I'm
question.
letting you be a gentleman. I'm letting you be a gentleman.
I'll allow
Dude,
it.
they're all
Okay.
a crapshoot anyway.
Okay, so Seth, you are in the final round.
Okay.
This is Scott versus Gabe to see who goes to the last round. Gabe, you get to decide if it is or is not a baby. This is If I Ever Kiss It, He Can Kiss It Goodbye by Swamp Dogg.
Oh, no.
Year.
From 2002.
Holy moly.
Oof. You know, I'm going to say you haven't given us a fake album from a real artist yet. But this does have those ChatGPT overtones to it. I'm going to say that's a baby.
I agree.
So Scott has to say it's not a baby.
That's
So
not-
this is Gabe saying it is a baby.
That must not be a baby then.
100%. That is a baby.
No.
This is
How old is this swamp dog anyway?
he's old.
In dog years.
This is the reason why I found Swamp Dogg to begin with. because Swamp Dogg has possibly the greatest 2002 cover I've ever seen for an album.
Not the greatest cover, just the greatest 2002 cover you've ever seen.
Maybe. It could potentially be of all time. However, if I kiss it, he can kiss it goodbye.
Oh my gosh.
And now this is Swamp Dogg in 2002. Oh my God. Swamp Dogg is in this picture at least 50, right?
45.
45 to 50. A very classy looking gentleman, African American gentleman. He looks like he just came from church, but that's a good look on Swamp Dogg here. However,
the clip art Rolling Stone vibe
in the background, they have taken pictures of, I'm assuming, his mouth and tongue.
It's gotta be.
There are a couple lips, but the one that is very disturbing is he's got a couple of tongues, and they are not well cut out. This is why I said 2002, because they are absolutely like, this Photoshop thing's kind of cool.
Yeah, I could do this.
Very primal.
And then I didn't notice, if you notice, there's a couple just faded in the background as well.
Oh, no, I didn't see those.
This is how we were introduced to Swamp Dogg.
Debut album.
Fantastic character. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a baby, which means Seth Doud versus Gabe Johnson for the final round. Seth, how do you feel about this so far?
I think it's silly. It's fun.
Gabe, how are you feeling going into the last round?
I think that was a fair assessment.
That this is silly?
Yes.
I absolutely think it's a fair assessment as well. But it's one of our favorite games that we play on the podcast. More so for the 300th episode. I felt we should do it one more time just because this is, I think, the thing we've done the most.
Yeah.
We've leaned into it.
I was kind of hoping for catchphrase, to be honest.
Well, that would be fun. However, we haven't done catchphrase in a long time. We haven't done catchphrase since Jimmy Fallon got the Tonight Show and started doing catchphrase.
Oh, since he copied us.
He totally stole it from us. 100% stole it from us. But I will say, the reason why I like this game the most now is because with ChatGPT, it's easy to do. Before, when we used to do it, this was a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
To come up with fake shit, to actually like go through the steps to make sure that Gabe Johnson can't just ask questions to
It
make
was so much easier back then.
Surprised you didn't know that.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Seth, you get an opportunity here to say yay or nay to if this is an album or not.
Okay.
Baby, no baby. The album is Okay, Homos, Out of the Car.
Oh, man. That is a baby. Christ.
By Tit Wrench.
Tit Wrench.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Okay, Homos, Out of the Car.
You're saying
Let's
that?
do it. It's a baby.
He says
Calling
it's
it
a baby. Oh,
Shoot, because ChatGPT wouldn't
There's
make
no
that.
way they would have said homo.
That is definitely a baby. Unless Dave's giving it some weird prompts. Man. What are you prompting?
oh my God. So first of all, that is a baby. Second of all, I honest to God found this one right before I came here. I was just looking for some names of real bands to put into some of the answers because, like the Juggling Jugglers, I was like, I need to redo that one.
Yeah.
But I was looking and I was like, Tit Wrench, that's great. And then my eye went over and I was like, okay.
I'm going to start using that as an insult. Like, shut up, Tit Wrench.
I was like, oh, I like that Tit Wrench. That's great. And then I just look over and it's a picture of a cop standing out of a car outside of a car.
Out of the car, homos.
Okay, Homos, out of the car. From 1995. So
Yeah.
I almost died. That's the one where I was like, all right, now ChatGPT, put okay, Homos at the end. Seth Doud, you have won the game. However, you now must say something to your fans.
Hello and congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you are the first time that a first time in a long time guest has been on the episode and actually got it correct.
Why I'm a fan of your podcast. So.
He also has to memorize lyrics for a living.
And I also said it over and over the whole time we played that game. You guys see my lips move.
Oh, man. That is fantastic. I'm so excited that you got that on the 300th episode. That is fantastic.
That's fun.
Coming to a store near you soon, the hello and congratulations shirts.
Oh, really?
Yes. However, it's a QR code that sends you to hello and congratulations. Actually, we're working with locally to have them available at, of all places, Play and Trade Video Games.
Of course.
Is going to put some of our merchandise there. So coming to you soon, the ability to purchase some merch.
Sweet.
I'm totally stealing that idea though. The QR code.
thing?
Yeah, it's on Instagram reel that was dude wearing a QR code like at a county fair or something. A random person scanned it and went to a website that just said,
Fuck you. So we're stealing it. All right. Yeah. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the game for episode 300. Seth, you are the winner. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that you came on. One, you asked to come on, which is great. As a longtime friend, we've always, like I said, we've always enjoyed you. One of my favorite memories of you and I think you and I became good friends on the football bus in 8th grade. Mm-hmm. We used to ride together on the bus to go to the games, and I just thought you made me laugh all the time, and I love people that make me laugh. So that's how we became good friends. And then in 9th grade, there was a lock-in at Nate Lee's church.
Yeah. That was a hell of a night.
Oh, man.
That was one hell of a night.
Okay, so we may share a little too much here.
Well-
Are you okay with sharing some of it?
Yeah, sure.
So my
I was
favorite,
15.
but yeah, my favorite thing from the night was that Seth asked me to run the knobs, if you will, control the soundboard while he was playing his music, and I had zero idea what the fuck he was doing. But I looked like the coolest dude you've ever seen, because I would just look at Seth and Seth would be like, no, you need to turn that the fuck up to something. I was like, yeah, I got this. And then Seth is like playing and going like, this is not working. None of this is working, Dave. I was like, I got you. Everybody look at me. I'm over here like a DJ. And really all I'm doing is turning his microphone up and down. No, you need to tweak that. It sucks, Dave. However, that lock-in got a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, I'd say so.
By the end, the chaperones were pissed, absolutely pissed. So we were
About what they knew about.
well, we were 15-year-olds, and yeah, a lot of people off in the corners, sneaking off into rooms, because it was boys and girls, 15-year-olds, and they were not prepared.
We had drugs too.
Yeah. We were
Sex and drugs.
In church, baby.
now it's the church that has all the pride orientation in the art.
Yeah, they were
They're the inclusive church.
Yeah, they were inclusive then, except for all the finger banging. They were not
happy.
excited about the finger banging. A lot of the flashing of the flashlights, we're just trying to sleep. No, you're not, is all that you just kept hearing from around the rooms. So, but they held fast. The lock-in remained until the morning. They fed us all breakfast and then kicked us all the hell out. And I don't think I've been in that church since. So,
Yeah, that was fun though. I remember that.
yeah.
Is that the one across from the fountain?
Yeah.
From tennis
Not
courts.
across. No,
From the tennis courts.
From the tennis courts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the corner.
Same
yeah.
side of the park as the front.
Beautiful church.
There's
Yeah.
lots of
Because we had a
churches on
lock-in
that park.
at that other one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's so where we live, Gregory Park is like everyone like calls it like a central park, but it was the Gregory Square, which is a 4-block square park that was right in the middle of a giant neighborhood. But they built churches all around it as well. So there's 7 churches around that block.
A lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's still one of my all-time favorite memories, mainly because I got to look like a rock star next to you, but at the same time was just fucking your shit up beyond belief. And then pretending I was cool by doing it.
Well, if you ever want to come on the road, I'll teach you how to run sound.
I've got a general idea of how to run that kind of sound. He has a microphone, Dave, and he has an amplifier. You have two knobs.
I probably didn't tell you what to do either.
Stop. Well,
I probably just wanted a sound guy.
We were both.
I didn't know what I was doing either.
We were both making it look way cooler than it was.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but it was a great time. And then, the lock-in got out of control. Really out of control, I will say. Very much out of control. So, all right, let's wrap this episode up. Let's just chat super fast. You guys, we've been doing this for a decade now.
Yeah.
I think I looked. We started in 2014, and it was in the beginning of the year. I think we started in April. Of 2014, maybe April 17th, I think was maybe the date. And so, we've been doing this for a decade. We've talked about how we took 3 years off in the middle there so that we wouldn't get in trouble, and then decided, fuck it, and we're back. But it's just been a long journey of starting off in a tiny little box, like literally in a tiny little box, and then moving ourselves into this, which I think is pretty sweet. We're about to go sign a lease for the whole next year, so we're in this baby again, and we're in it for the long haul. At least I am. I don't know about you two folks.
I got nothing going on. I just have a business to run.
Yeah. I need more auto-tune. But just give us a quick little chat about like I don't know. Do you guys? I think this has been a lot of fun. It's just been a way for us to sit down in a room and have a good time together and meet once a week. And I don't know. How do you guys feel about it?
This is the only time I get to see anyone.
This is true. When I want to come see you, I come to the pizza shop and we talk for 20 minutes. And I'm like, all right, good talking to you, Scott. Yeah. Gabe, you came on episode 3.
Episode 3. So this is 297.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. And then I think it's hilarious that, so you and I graduated together. We were in the same circles. We were at the same parties. Mm-hmm. We hung out. Then, and I tell this story maybe more often than I should, I got married and I was forbidden to hang out with Gabe Johnson.
What a bitch.
We were playing a game at a friend's house, mutual friend, and Gabe just kept, it was a drinking game, and Gabe just kept going, drink, bitch. Somewhere around the 30th time that Gabe said drink, bitch,
Dave had to go home.
I had to go home. And I was forbidden from hanging out with Gabe Johnson. So then when I got divorced, the first person I called up was Gabe Johnson and said, hey, you want to hang out?
Let's drink, bitch.
Yeah.
Just being a cocky 22-year-old.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then the podcast came on and you said, I want to do that. And right away, we hit it off and we knew, like, okay, this is the core group. Mm-hmm. I think from the second you came on, it was like, this is the group.
And we used to record in the evening.
Yep.
Now we do it in the afternoon, but it was after the podcast where I talked you into wasting your life working for the city of Brainerd.
Yeah. Yeah. You asked me, it took you 3 times. You asked me 3 different times if I would run for city council. And I was like, dude, I'm doing stand-up comedy. I'm trying to do a podcast. I do not have time to do city stuff. And you asked me 3 times, and the 3rd time you were like, just look into it. And then I did. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like we could make a difference. And we could actually do something, like instead of standing on the sidelines bitching, which I was doing anyways. Mm-hmm. I was the annoying dude on Facebook that I now, I'm tired of. Is all the people on Facebook just bitching about this city council's terrible.
They hate you guys.
Most of the time, they don't even know who we are. They're like, that pothole by Taco Bell in its parking lot is awful. Yeah.
But everybody grab your pitchforks.
And then Gabe's going, hey, don't you want to be a part of that? Don't you want to be on the other side getting yelled at all the time?
Well, we've done some good things.
Oh, we've done some really cool things. And then I think the best thing about it is that for me at least, I know you've always said like you didn't really, you're going to say stupid shit and who cares? I don't usually care about saying stupid shit. It's that I didn't want people to go like, Brainerd sucks because look at the people they have running it, and maybe that's my own self.
I think that's what they say on Facebook.
That is what they say, but at least they don't have. At the time, I was like, maybe we shouldn't talk about, run around talking about finger banging all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably not the greatest idea.
That's what everybody says about every town. Though.
It is what everybody
About
says.
their national government too.
Yeah, everyone hates the man.
Everybody hates the government.
Yep,
That's just what
they
it is.
elect.
including myself. I'm a very anti-government dude. But yeah, I think we just kind of like a couple years ago got back to the point where it was like, I'm tired of pretending that I don't say stupid shit. Like I say stupid shit all the time. And I, as a like individual, really don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care. People like look at me and they're like, God, you have a foul mouth. I'm like, I do have a foul mouth and I'm sorry. I apologize a lot for it. Like, sorry for my language. I say that a lot to people. Sorry for my language, but at the same time, fuck off. I really don't care. I really don't care. But yeah, I don't know. It's just been a lot of fun. So like, honestly, 10 years of doing this, and we've got to have a lot of our good buddies come on. And I don't know. I just think it's a lot of fun to just once a week get together and shoot the shit. And then it gives me something to do.
It's a good podcast as a listener too.
Thanks,
It
man.
is, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that a lot of people don't realize is like, there's a lot. It is a lot of extra work, especially with the video. And I fall behind every once in a while. We're probably a week and a half behind on video again.
Yeah, but Scott and I'll get on it.
yeah. These two folks come, record, and leave, and then I got to sift through all the bullshit. But yeah, it's fun, and I really enjoy it, and I'm glad that we're still doing it. So this is cool to me. 300 is a big deal. I don't know why. It just seems like a really big deal to me that we finally like. I don't know. We've just been so. Like, it's a long time, man.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, we're about to pass up the UFC.
All right.
Oh, nice.
That's our goal, right? All right, Seth Doud. What do you got going on here at the end of the summer? You are wrapping things up
Yeah.
because you did. How many shows did you say you did this
I
year?
had 75 this summer, 75 shows.
75 shows this summer.
Yeah.
So
It's like the last 3.5 months.
it's crazy. Yeah.
So in
90 days.
90 days, 100 days, 75 shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was intense.
Well, you hit the weekends and go.
Yeah.
He's on a patio every weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Multiple
Thursday,
times.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes 2-3 times a day.
2 or 3 times a day, yeah. So, however, you reached out to me. We've got a beautiful amphitheater here in town.
Brand new.
Amphitheater.
Just sitting there.
And
Starting to bug me.
and damn government. That's exactly what it
Built
was.
this thing and nobody's using it.
So I called up Dave. And I said, let's have a concert.
He goes, how do I get to have a concert there? And I said, actually, Jack Pine Brewery, who has also been a sponsor of the podcast as well, has been trying to get over into the amphitheater as well. So we're just grouping together. Seth Doud live at the Lyman P. White Amphitheater, brought to you by Jack Pine Brewery. Technically, the city council has to approve it tonight, but by the time you guys hear this, it'll be approved. I'm sure there's nothing too crazy about it. So
Yeah, September 26th. We'll let you know online and stuff what time and the other details, but come check it out. Free show, and then beer provided by Jack Pine Brewery after approval by the city council.
For sale by Jack.
For sale.
Yeah, not free.
For sale.
I'll be giving away vodka.
But yeah, that's September 26th. That's a Thursday. We're just going to put on a show and have a good time with it and then continue on with our lives. So, man, I'm really excited. I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, thanks so much, you guys.
Yeah, good to see you, Seth.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I love that you're a listener. I think that's fun. Yeah. You had said the Be Kind Rewinds are your favorite.
I love them, yeah.
So we're coming up on 2004. Is there anything from 2004 you want us to talk about?
I don't know if I'm good at like specifically remembering what happened that year.
It's a tough one. And actually, I think it's one of the most interesting things about the Be Kind Rewinds is going through and finding out like, oh, what was in 2004?
Especially like 2004, like, I was living in Duluth and I was like playing music at a lot of bars and stuff, and I really wasn't paying a ton of attention to pop culture. Like that's probably one of the years I watched the least number of movies in my life.
That you're starting to talk like Gabe Johnson over there.
My oldest was born in 2002, so I probably saw like Finding Nemo or something that year. Right?
Yeah.
So
they're fun. And I'm sure you'd name some stuff and I'd be like, oh, that was 2004. And I probably know a lot more than I am recalling.
Let's look at music from 2004 and see if you've got anything you want us to talk about.
Didn't American Idiot drop in 2004?
Oh, God. We don't want to talk about American Idiot, do we?
That might have been Zwan. Did we talk Zwan in
We did talk.
2003?
Zwan was 2003.
I wish they would make another record.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that great?
I believe.
See, this is why I like having people on that I like. These guys, I talk about Zwan, and they're like, quit talking about Zwan. Flow Down by Modest Mouse. That's sticking out to me. Yeah, that's sticking out to me right here.
Their first step into like a little bit more of the poppy side, but I still love what Modest Mouse does.
Yeah. Well, I like
More
stuff
mainstream.
I like stuff like that because you finally get to hear it, right? Like you can be a band doing nothing forever, and then you get to hear it. Then you get to go back and listen to all the other stuff.
I think that one was on the Madden soundtrack. Of that
Yeah.
season.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Man, nothing is sticking out in terms of music here except for Ashley Simpson, so we'll just skip over that. However, we had a couple things from listeners on Facebook as well. Just this morning, actually, one of our super fans.
We have one of those.
We have a couple.
I've got a
super
top
fans.
fan badge.
Yeah, we got a couple super fans. Gabe Johnson, super fan. Corey Eugene Kuhn. We're gonna call you out. It's episode 300. We're gonna call you out because this guy, we love this guy. He's always giving us feedback on stuff. And just today, he made the 2 submissions of Without a Paddle
Okay.
and Napoleon Dynamite.
That movie was good.
I started watching that the other night.
I've never seen Without a Paddle.
Really? It's
pretty good.
It's better than it should be. It's also one of the films that has the poster where the people are standing underwater. Remember we talked about this?
Yep.
You've got like it's that one. It's Weekend at Bernie's 2 and Gone Fishing. Where it's
Gone
literally
Fishing,
the
that's what I was
exact
thinking
same.
of.
It's the exact same poster, just with different characters in it. But yeah, so shout out to Corey Eugene Kuhn. We love when he gives us feedback. And just this morning, I popped up. Boom, here we go. So next week we will be doing a draft. We're going to give ourselves one more week before we get into the Be Kind Rewind. We are going to draft horror movies.
Yes.
Our favorite horror movies. Friday the 13th is next week, so we'll get ahead of that game. And then, of course, we're coming into October, so it's just a good time to have a list like that out there for you guys to consume.
The Leprechaun in Space.
Leprechaun 4. Leprechaun.
I will
Is that
not.
going to include? I'm not going to be here, but is that going to include like Halloween movies, or is that just like scary movies?
I will say that let's go with
like Beetlejuice? Is that that one?
I would say yes.
It's not horror.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
But you could throw it in there. I just watched it last night, actually. Literally,
I
just
I already have
watched it last
tickets
night.
for the new one next Friday.
Yeah.
But that was just like Halloween movie.
Okay, okay.
Not horror.
But the
movie.
video will drop in October, so it's not that bad.
If you want to do that, you can do that. If you want to have straight horror, that's fine. If you want to say Ernest Scared Stupid,
That movie's scary as fuck.
Right, those trolls.
Yeah, when she looks under the bed and he's not there, and then she pops up and he's on the bed. Holy shit!
I cannot confirm this live on the episode, but I read somewhere that the trolls in Ernest Scared Stupid
Are the same from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Just repainted to be
They were just
trolls.
sitting in a storage closet somewhere. And
Interesting.
Yep. And you know how much I love that type of shit.
yeah.
Yep. That's cool. So next week we will do the draft of our favorite horror movies. Reach out to us. Let us know what you want from that. Following week will be Be Kind Rewind 2004, everything but the movies. So music, pop culture, all that good jazz. And then that following week, of course, will be the movies. So if you've got anything, you've got time to get it over to us. Let us know what you want us to talk about from those categories. And I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited for where we're going. We're going to wrap up. I think we're going to go to 2007, maybe 2008 for the Be Kind Rewinds. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump all the way back to like 1977 and work our way through the beginning of the 80s. So should be exciting stuff. Start over. Yep. All right. Seth Doud, thank you for coming on.
Thanks again, guys.
Yeah. Thank you as well to the Boutros.
Yes.
And to Gabriel Johnson.
Thank you, Dave.
Appreciate the hell out of you guys and appreciate the hell out of you, the fan. Thank you for keeping this gravy train going. The escape pod just blasting off through space. We're on a long journey, probably to nowhere. But ain't that the best way to be? And with that, we're done. Yeah, this is not bad.
I almost had that game figured out. The Chat GPT stuff was all like alliteration or pun. It was all
So that's
alliteration or
why
pun.
that's what gave it away because that's one, third question. I'm like, every band name's gonna be directly
It had
it's gonna
the
tie
album
into the album name.
title.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
except
when
for
I-
that fucking beaver
know,
one.
I know.
Pleased to eat you,
got
beaver
beat
or
it
something.
That was real.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the one that really threw me for a loop, and that's
Yeah.
why I got the groovy grinders or whatever the
that's-
hell they were called.
And I was like, I was trying not to like say that, but we all knew.
And I will say this, that I'm not going to lie, I finished that game like 10 seconds before we started, and it just kept getting better. It sucks.
It was fun though. It was funny.
It is fun. Chat GPT, yeah, you have to like do it and then tell it to do it again and then tell it to do it again to try and get it to whittle that stuff down. And then I was going to go in and change the actual band names because exactly that. It's like, yeah, okay. You don't got to be so fucking on the nose, right? Like with your clock out, the timekeepers, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And calm down.
Yeah. There was that one, and then the one after that where I was like, okay, I get it.
I see the pattern here. I missed that.
Fiddle my diddle.
Like
Yeah.
if you said rock out with your clock out by like Montgomery Williams or
Yeah.
something. I would have been like,
Right.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.